Let's load Android Studio and get started. It's going to take a little bit, so I'm going to pause. And what we want to do now is we want to take and start a new Android Studio project. Go ahead and call it Edition App. This next line down is going to be your company domain name in time. Don't worry about it for now, okay? Just do something like org.grcc and it may be your user ID or something like that. This is by default next. And make sure that empty activity is selected next. And by default, it's going to call your main activity, which is fine, finish. I'm going to pause it here once again. You're going to be seeing a whole bunch of things like Gradle running and things like that. Just wait for it, wait for it, wait for it all to settle down. Once it's all finished, you should see everything all done down here. It should say Gradle build finished in so many seconds, okay? And you should be ready to go. Next thing I want you to do is to save a setting. If you hit Control-Alt-S, it should bring up your settings. Let's search for Gradle, like that. Click on Gradle. Make sure that this check right here, offline work, make sure that is checked. That should speed up Android Studio just a little bit, and say OK. And now we should be able to switch back and forth here. Here's your design, okay, window here that we're going to be able to design things in. Notice you can do it either by text or you can do it by drag and drop. This right here is your tab for your main activity. We're going to be typing in some code here later on. Sometimes you can accidentally click on one of these and lose it, which can be a little dangerous, but not really, because you don't lose it. These files are all going to be kept here in your Project Explorer. And notice how you always want this to say Android here, because if it's in Project, you're going to see different items pop up. Make sure you're in Android. And if we look at our Java, here's where our Java code is right here. Okay, that's this right here. And then if we want to take a look at our form, how that's laid out, you go to Layout, and right here, Activity Main.xml. There we can get back to that again. Once again, make sure Android's selected here, and you can see my file layout here where they are, like that, okay? Okay, let's get to work. First of all, we want to take and delete this hello world. We don't need that. We want to take and we want to add a text. Click on text here and add a plain text. Take and go ahead and drag that right under here like this. We want to add constraints to this. Okay, we want to take and drag this little over here and drag. Notice how it turns green over there like that, and up here like this. And that will constrain that to the top and center it in your current activity. Let's take and add another one. That. And once again, take and drag that to the top and drag this over here like this. And drag this over here like this. Just throw a button in here. Okay, all, and there's our button right there. Take and drag that in there. Do the same thing. You can take and slide them around if you want by putting your cursor in the middle so it looks like a finger. Hold on your mouse. You can take and drag it around like that. You can go like that. Go like this. And go like this. Like that. After you're all done, you can say, well, I don't want to put some space in here. Okay, put your mouse right there in the center so it turns into a finger. You can take and drag it down a little bit. Notice now it actually says 64. If you say, oh, I want to get really critical, I want to make this 60, you can switch back into your text. Notice all this code has been writing. And you could say, I don't want to put 64 in there. I want to actually put 60 like that. Notice how it pops it around for you over here. It's writing all of this XML for you so you don't have to. Oops. Make sure you switch back over to design again. And then we want to take and add one more text item. We want to add a text view this time, text view. Go ahead and drag it down there. This time we're going to say we're going to put it here and put it here and drag it to the side. That. And this time I can take and I can also center it between the, right there, between these two items like that. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and start changing some properties now. Okay, I like to do these all together. Let's go up here to the name. I like to leave that text or edit text because they'll all line up together then. Just call it edit text num1. Okay, and we're going to take and we're going to change the input type. Say yes, go ahead and update everything. Input type. Check off the person's name and put just number there like that. So, okay. And then we want to put a hint in here, number 1. And we want to get rid of the text here. Delete that out of there. Do the same thing for this one here. Edit text num2 like that. And yes, we want to update everything. And input type is not going to be a name, but it's going to be a number. Okay, like that. Our hint's going to be number 2. And get rid of our text here like that. Okay, our button here. Let's change that to BTN add. Whoop. Like that. And yes, update everything. And we want to just change our text to add like that. And then for our text view down here, let's call that text view total. Like that. And we're going to take and change our text right here to total for now. And then we're going to take and change our text size. Notice you can take and select one of these, but I want to make it really big. I want to make it 40 like this, okay? And I'll make it really large. Once again, you notice we took and updated everything in here. We got different names in here. It's showing it's actually constrained to these different items, okay? And it did all the hard work for us. One last thing I want to show you is where we save all this stuff, where our files are, okay? I'm going to open up a Explorer here, and under PC and C drive and users and your name, Android Studio projects, that's where it saved all this stuff. Okay, I'm just going to take and close down Android Studio right now, okay? And when I do that, what it's going to do is next time I open it up, it'll get me right back to where we are again.